Alright guys, today's the day. It's my multi-engine check ride. I'm about to leave my house, head to the airport, get there about an hour and a half early before my examiner shows up. Study a little bit, I've prepped up. Let's do this. I can't wait. I'm gonna get my multi-engine private, come back to you guys with the certificate in hand. You stay tuned. Alright guys, we're here. I'm ready for my multi-engine check ride. We're gonna kill it. We've arrived at ATP about an hour, 45 minutes early. Gonna study up a little bit, have a good lunch, just relax, listen to some music, just dial it in, make sure I'm sharp on all my acronyms, everything, all my multi-engine stuff. Practice my maneuvers a little bit, chair fly, and let's kill it. I'm so excited, I'm so ready, and I can't wait to have that certificate in hand, a picture, shake that examiner's hand, and do this. And guys, it's so important to visualize what you want, know what you want, and have that mindset. Positivity, a good mindset will overcome anything. You gotta be confident. You can, you've prepared, you've done what you can. You can either be, oh my God, I'm freaking out, or you can be confident. You can say, you know what, let's do this. Today's the day, it's time to do it. And so that's my mindset right now. I'm visualizing the success. I'm visualizing that certificate in hand, me taking a picture with the examiner, me hugging my flight instructor, going home, got my girlfriend, my parents smiling at me. Let's do this. Multi-engine private pilot. That's the goal. That's what's gonna happen. Today's the day, and I can't wait to show it to you guys. I'll see you later. Guys, I'm standing outside the airport right now as a multi-engine pilot. Wow, what a day. It was hot, it was bumpy, cloudy, and holy cow. I didn't think I was gonna do it. It was a very stressful hour and a half, but I did it, I grinded through it, and I got my multi-engine private rating. So excited, so relieved. Even to the minute of just pulling the aircraft up and parking it, I was like, I have no idea. Like, pass, fail, I was really worried. It was really hot, really bumpy. I was sweating like crap just in there, bumping through all my maneuvers and everything. But you know, I kept telling myself the whole time in the plane, just stick it out, you've got it, just keep going. You'll pass, you'll pass. Talked myself through it, kept a positive mindset, and guys, I am a multi-engine private pilot. So excited, it's Wednesday, June 29th, I got my multi-engine rating and into instrument training next with ATP flight school. So that basically concludes week 3, and I can't wait to talk to you guys next time. You guys all have a great weekend, God bless, and I'll see you later. Alright, so if I've got the space on the camera here on this SD card, I'm going to give you guys a quick little recap of just kind of my week, the check ride, a little bit more info. So basically, I started the week, Friday was the first day I got in the Seminole, went pretty well, did my maneuvers, and then I got in the Seminole only 2 more days before my check ride. I went Monday and Tuesday, the past 2 days in the Seminole, did all my landings, my maneuvers, short field landing, short field takeoff. I did VMC demos, power off, power on stalls, steep turns, slow flight, and emergency engine failures. So you go through all that, and I was only in the plane 3 days prior to my check ride today. I passed the check ride, day 4 in the Seminole, so really fast, pretty incredible. Kind of, you know, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but you really got to grind, really got to stick it out, and I did pass the check ride. Going into the check ride today, just to give you a little bit of information about that, got there an hour and a half, hour 45 early, like I said. Just chilled out, ate some lunch, had some good grilled chicken, pineapple and rice, great little combo with some hot sauce. Ate that up, so I felt great before the check ride. And just reviewed everything, all my notes, basically all my maneuvers, the systems with the engine. They're gonna ask you about your engines, your landing gear, how they work, the hydraulics, is it independent from the brakes, so on, your electrical system, pretty standard stuff they'd ask you on a regular private pilot check ride. They ask you that, all about the Seminole, how it works, constant speed props, how they work, what is feathering. So basically, got there hour 45 early, ended up going earlier than I thought, so it was only about 30-45 minutes before he was ready to go because he had a check ride before mine. So got up there, started the oral, First thing right off the bat is all your performance tables, performance charts. I did those the night before. I got the weather, did all my performance for like single engine service ceiling, takeoff, landing over a 50-foot obstacle, all that good stuff. Weight and balance, made sure it was airworthy, had all the ADs, everything complied with annuals, VOR, 100 hour, altimeter, transponder, ELT, you know, the AV8, the basics. Made sure that was all good, and then you go straight into the questions. You're gonna get asked multi-engine aerodynamics. So basically, what is a critical engine? How does the aircraft perform with one engine inoperative? What's the difference between your critical inop versus your non-critical engine inoperative? How the aerodynamics of the plane work. Some other like standard private pilot questions. I got asked what density altitude was, and then emergencies. So what happens if your gear, your left main, is it the bulb is out or it isn't indicating? What happens if you get fuel exhaustion, fuel starvation? If there's smoke in the cabin, what do you do? What do you check? So pretty standard stuff. I was a little bit rough on some of it, and I learned some things I didn't know. I didn't know you could take off a landing gear indicator bulb and place it on the other one, switch them around to check for if they go green or not, to see if the bulbs aren't working. And I think he said you could even do that with the annunciators too. So that was interesting. I had no idea. But you learn something new every day, even on your check ride. So got taught a little bit, and gave him all the information that I knew, presented it confidently, studied up, and did what I had to do. And that was basically the oral portion. And apparently the lady who works the front desk at our ATP location, she said that he came down and said I did really well and knew all my oral stuff and was really bright before I got into the flight, which probably helps me out a lot because the flight was pretty rough. I was hanging on barely. It was a hot, bumpy day, like I said, so just grinded through it. But I'm glad everything went well. To the flight, got out there, did a pre-flight, went up, but one of the interesting things on the pre-flight that kind of almost got me was he ended up pulling out the battery master circuit breaker. So when I turned on the battery master, there was nothing, and I was like, oh, I flicked it on a couple times, and it took me a while to finally get that and check the circuit breaker, but I was about to ask him, hey, like, I think our battery's dead. So good thing I didn't do that. I got the circuit breaker, checked it, and I was like, oh, okay, like, you're just messing with me here. And so I guess he got a little kick out of that, and I got it. But got up in the plane. First thing, it was really bumpy and hot. There was a lot of clouds, so we're gonna originally go to 5.5 to do our maneuvers, 4,000 AGL. Ground level at our airport's 1,061 feet, so we were gonna go up to 5.5. But then there's clouds like from 5.5 to 6.5-ish, so we went up to 6.5, went over the clouds, got to 7.5, and then realized that the clouds were higher, so we went back down to 5.5. Finally did our maneuvers, went through steep turns, power on, power off stalls, slow flight, did an engine failure on me, and then was gonna do a regular landing at a local airport, and he ended up pulling the mixture out on me. And I did a single engine landing, or no, I'm sorry, he didn't pull out the mixture, he pulled the throttle on me and it simulated engine out, and did an engine out, single engine landing at that airport, and then did my short field takeoff and landing, and that pretty much concluded it. But it was hot, it was bumpy, grinded it out, and I passed it, so it went really well. It was, I mean, it didn't go like 100% well, but did it, it was cool, stayed confident, got it in. One thing too that screwed with me was every time that I've gotten an engine failure, it's either been like a simulated where they pull the throttle on you, or my instructor would pull the mixture out on me. This time the examiner pulled the fuel selector to off, so at first I was like, what's going on? Like, it took me a while, and I was like, are we actually experiencing an engine failure? Because the first thing I checked was the mixture, and I was like, oh, the mixture's full, like, what's going on? And then I was like, oh, the fuel selector is like, so that kind of screwed with my head. But you know, every examiner's different. You just got to be prepared for everything, and that's pretty much the summary of the multi-engine check ride. And I got the day off tomorrow, so I'm just gonna chill, celebrate a little bit tonight, and that is the multi-engine. Multi-private is done, guys. Always soar to your full potential. Blue sky blue skies to you all. Hope you all do well in your training, all your endeavors. If you decide to go into training, best of luck. And Prop and Gear, we're out. I'll see you next time.